Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, playing as the French. And I do want to apologize real quick. I'm feeling under the weather, as with my American video that will be uploaded tomorrow. That will be a thing. As such as feeling under the weather, I don't think I'm going to be able to record the entire week's worth of videos tonight. It's just, I feel like absolute crap. And so I'm just going to end up recording two French videos. So that'll be the Monday and Friday videos because I have Wednesday off. So I'll be able to record the later half of the week then. So there will be no French campaign video on Wednesday. There will be no video at all, I think. We will have two uploads on Thursday and or Tuesday and Thursday. We will be playing or we'll be showcasing Ultimate General again in order to after playtesting and actually getting to learn some of the mechanics because they had to do some adjusting on a few things in the playtest updates. Oh yeah, no, that game is it's very good, but it's very unbalanced and very wonky right now. So we are just coming out of our war with the Germans. Germany has flipped democratic, so the German Empire no longer exists. And I forget, did we take colonies? Yes, we did take colonies off the Germans. And there was some questions about, okay, why didn't I take Helgoland? There was one particular commenter who was kind of ranting about it. The reason why I didn't take Helgoland is because Helgoland is part of their state cores. So each nation has their core states. And you can't take those in peace deals. You can only take colonies from peace deals. So like these pieces over here of Germany I could have taken if I had the war score for it. And whatnot. And I just kind of was not wanting to take any of the core stuff right then and there because the colonies are much more valuable in the early game. Later on, the core states become more valuable because they're able to develop up and everything. And because certain core states are going to be easier, like, for example, Western Germany, I'm not going to be able to take with my current fleet. Prussia, Western Poland, Eastern Germany, I'm going to have a difficult time taking with my fleet as it is right now. The tonnage just isn't there. And so taking these by ground is going to be much easier. Now, of course, yes, I could have just taken Helgoland and just said, oh, I'm just going to take this a little bit. Okay, cool, I could have done that. But, again, it's not really going to help me anything. It's not... strategically speaking, it's a great little thing to kind of just harass them with, but... at the end of the day, I'm right here. Like, Le Havre is a hop and a skip. It's literally a turn away. And hell, Brest and La Rochelle are a turn away, depending on what ships you're using, from this region anyway. So it doesn't make much sense to just go for this one little province when I can, force the enemy fleet to kind of contain them, let my ground forces take colonies. Like, of course, we almost... we almost lost Dahomey over because of Togoland because they managed to get the invasion off initially. We took Cameroon and so on and so forth. So, take bits and pieces. It's not going to hurt us in the long run. And also, we're setting up for other wars. Like, Austria is going to be one of the easiest wars that we fight because, for those who don't know, they definitely made some changes to blockading. With the Austrians, it's super easy to blockade the Austrians now because all you have to do is park a fleet right here. Like, all I have to do is take one of these fleets, park it right here, and the Austrians are blockaded. They can't do anything. So their economy literally bottoms out before we even fight a battle. And... unfortunately, I really can't fight the Austrians right now because Croatia is just too big of a province for me to take directly. And if I take Croatia, since it's their only port province, the country collapses. Now, frankly, I'm looking to try to get a war going on with the Spanish or the Italians first, because that will be more easily taken and more easily absorbed. I'm probably going to try to force the Spanish issue first. Because if I can start taking their territory, it's just going to be a better time for me. Ship design wise, so let's check. We are working on Dreadnoughts right now, and cruiser wise, we definitely need to focus up on that. What I'm going to do is, after I get armor forging 1, so mechanical armor forging, I'm going to get this done, and then I'm going to get the level 1 for hull construction. These two are very important because what these do is they heavily reduce the impact of weight on your ships, especially ships that you might not have Crump 1 unlocked. Like, for example, we have Harvey unlocked, but we don't have Crump 1. Crump 1 is incredibly freaking big compared to Harvey. As I've explained, there are two primary power spikes when it comes to armor, and then there's a third power spike. The first power spike is from nickel steel to Harvey. Harvey is so much better than the other 3 before it, period, end of story, that it is almost worthless not to just rush it. But then in regards to, can I possibly do this? I'm not building too many ships, so I should be able to. Yeah, okay, cool. But it's almost pointless not to just rush Harvey, because you can get it relatively quickly. Like, we got it within 4 years, actually 3 years of the campaign, basically. So it's very, very easy to get a hold of Harvey, which is a huge step up from compound or nickel steel. And then from there, you have Krupp 1, which is such an improvement over Harvey, it's unfucking real. But then you have another soft power spike, which I'll call it a secondary power spike, where you go from Krupp 1, 2, and 3 are kind of, they're basically the same. They're just optimizations of the previous one. But I believe it's Krupp 4 or Krupp 5 is such a big jump from the previous ones that it's actually like, holy shit. Your ships become almost unkillable at certain points. So, yeah, no. Getting certain things is definitely part, a big thing of this, is that you really want to focus some of this stuff down. So we got Coincidence 1. That's going to be good for us right now. And we need to get... actually, let's check this real quick. I feel like absolute garbage. Okay, so we have Experimental Battleship, which is... We're still kind of in that weird spot with our dock space. So we can't actually really max out some of these hulls. So what we need to do is we need to get this built, which, of course, we've got 2 years until that finishes, so nothing we can really do. It's just a case of we're playing the waiting game right now. Like, that's all I can really say, is we're playing the waiting game. We definitely need to focus up on... Let's crank this up. I want to get our transport capacity back up. Okay, our recruits are on green right now. I do want to try to get them to train as fast as possible. This is going to get finished up, and then we're going to shift this over to... actually, let's start cruiser design now. So, actually, no. Start with engines. So, we'll go like this for right now. When this finishes, we'll jump over to cruiser design. You might be wondering, why am I focusing on cruisers hardcore? Modern cruiser design. So it's the cruiser. Modern cruisers are the cruisers you start getting after battle cruiser 2, I believe, is when most of them start getting their modern hulls. And they are such a vast fucking improvement over the old hulls. It's unfucking real. Like, it is ridiculous how much the improvement is. And especially once you get, like, triple barrel small guns and stuff like that. The power spike is off the fucking charts. The efficiency of size, the speeds, the amount of firepower that you can put on, the amount of torpedoes you can put on some of these hulls. I did have a light cruiser that had, 4 quad launchers, 2 each side, and it absolutely fucked on people. Like, absolutely fucked on everything. They just do a drive-by, 2 cruisers in a fucking pack, just do a drive-by, dump 16 fucking fish in the water, come around, dump another 16 fish in the water, and then next thing you know, whatever the hell is in front of them is running for their lives because, oh god, there's freaking 32 torpedoes that just got dumped into the water at us. And if say it's a cruiser pack that's like clustered together and like you're standing off, 5-6 kilometers, and you're just like, time to die, you're just gonna have a great fucking time. After my German playtest, because I was playtesting Germany, just kind of getting a vibe for the area in general, and I discovered those new hulls, I was like, holy fuck. I had never played that far. I think I got to 1922 on that playtest or something like that. I had never played that far. I'd always kind of stopped around the 19 teens. I'd never really gone into the 20s, and I was just like, oh my god, this is glorious. And for those who might be interested, I don't know if I referenced it before in any other videos because I've been dying, or I am currently dying right now, so I can't think properly. So my first war was against the Brits. I literally took everything but Wales because Wales rebelled and went independent. So I took everything but Wales. I conquered all of their African holdings and then pieced them out. So I let them keep India and everything in the Pacific and then everything in the Caribbean. But I took their entire home country and everything in Africa. Then I did the same thing to the French. And then I did the same thing to the Spanish. And then eventually I went to war with the fucking Russians. I took everything this side right here. It was just, if it had been EU4, it would just been Germany. Would have had the biggest name on the planet. I would have, I win, boys. That's how you win EU4. If you don't know, you win EU4 by having the biggest name on the map. It was absolutely hilarious. Like, I was just like, why the fuck am I just absolutely dumpstering these fucking AI right now? Like, holy shit. They really do. So, if I had to say anything to Game Labs, they really need to embrace co-op or just general multiplayer. They really do. Because this game right here would be so much more interesting if all the nations could be players. Like, if they were to actually embrace, like experiment with it first, do a co-op system where you could do head-to-head or co-op with a single player. So just like Total War. Like, in Total War, you can do head-to-head or co-op. And depending on, like, me and a couple guys I used to play Total War Warhammer with, if we were playing co-op, I love playing the Empire. One of my guys loved playing the Bretonnians. So we would just literally build a big fuck you Empire block. Just have this massive block of, hey, this is our territory. Or say, for example, you want to play Empire versus Chaos. Have one of the players playing Chaos, one of the players playing Empire, and just have a good time. Or do something like that across the board. Co-op in Total War was a huge step up for the game in general. I don't remember if Medieval 2 had co-op. I don't remember if the co-op actually went back that far, if it did. But I know with Shogun, playing co-op Shogun was one of the greatest times ever. Improve relations with the Italians. I would rather not. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know what our... What is our GDP looking like? We do need to get our... Okay, yeah, that was kind of worth, because we do need to get our naval budget percentage up. We need to be over 5.5 right now in order to truly be in a good position. All right. So the Voltaires are commissioning, so that's good. And then we've got the light cruisers deploying over there, which, if I remember correctly, the reason why are we... Oh, that's right. I forgot. We took the Solomon Islands from them. That's right. We took the Solomon Islands from them, so we're putting a pack of light cruisers over here to act as a deterrent against the German holdings in that area. And then we've got our little bits of holdings out here. Okay, yeah, we're looking schnazzy. All right, let's... Yeah, let's keep pushing the issue with the Spanish. Like, the Austrians, honestly speaking, I will win a war with them by just blockading them. Like, I will literally just fight a war to blockade them, because there's no point in trying to invade them, because I don't have the tonnage to do so. Once I have the tonnage to do so, it'd be kind of fun. I guess I could do 21,000. Should I do a 21,000? What's the max tonnage I have available? 21,620. All right, let's do 21,500. How's that look? And this thing can go 19.2, so we'll just put it at 19. Max that out, max that out. Let's play around with this hull a little bit. See what shenanigans we can get up to. Alright. That actually looks sexy as fuck, too. Like on a real level. Like, that actually looks dope as fuck. Alright, so, main guns. We have Mark II 11-inch guns. So let's put 11-inchers on this. And I don't think barbettes are a thing on this. No, they're not. Well, I guess... Oh, no, 8-inch... Oh, I can't even put 8-inch guns on this. Oh, interesting. I might not actually have those unlocked. Funny enough. Alright, let's just go like that, actually. Let's fit another funnel in here. And then let's go ahead and put... I would like to have 8-inch guns on those barbettes. You know what? We'll just put 7-inch guns on them. All right, so those positions will have 7-inch guns. I would rather have 8-inch, but I don't have them available for some reason. And then we'll do a bunch of 4-inch guns in between. We'll leave the sides open like that, so we'll just have a bunch of 4-inch batteries. Casement wise, oh my god. Oh, fuck. There are so many. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, there's so many secondaries. Why are there so many secondaries? France, what the fuck you been eating, bro? Holy shit. Like, just think about that. You're just some little light cruiser. Hey, look, it's an enemy battleship. I'm gonna go dump some torpedoes towards it. And then next thing you know, this fucker just opens the broadside, and you're just like, death has come for me. Holy shit. There's so many secondaries. Like, I'm sorry, I just wasn't expecting there to be that many secondaries. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Holy fuck, dude. Alright, so these are gonna be, like, relatively lightly armored battleships. So, the whole purpose of these is we're going to turn these into glass cannons, really, because of our tonnage. Like, if we had the extra 1,000 tons or whatever we can put on these, yeah, it's an extra 1,000 tons we could have used. That would have given us some better armor. But I posit you with this. At the end of the day, I'll just make that 5. At the end of the day, we are in the era of the 1890s. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but most battleships of this era, the pre-battleships. Now, mind you, this is like a semi-dreadnought, to be completely frank, given its layout and everything. It's kind of a semi-dreadnought design. But most battleships of this era, they weren't really that well armored. They really weren't. like an 8-inch main belt is actually quite generous to some of these. And hell, if I can do that, yeah, okay, so right there, that actually is quite a good armor layout, like, overall, with a 1-inch inner deck. So literally, like, plunging fire is almost worthless against this thing at this era. It's just, can we just acknowledge how fucking ridiculous this thing is? There's so many fucking secondaries. Like, this is gonna be great to watch, just lighting shit up. Like, this is just going to be absolutely hilarious to watch, and I'm gonna love every second of it. And a battery of three double 11-inch guns is going to actually do quite a bit. Like, because if I remember correctly, we put 10-inch guns on the Voltaire. The fucking St. Louis have 9-inch guns, and these things are fucking everything. Like, they're just like, breedable. Oh god, I'm sorry. I shouldn't make that joke. I'm gonna make that joke. I shouldn't, but I'm going to. But yeah, no. Let's go with this. And again, she looks good. Like she's looking snazzy, very snazzy. I'm trying to cheer myself up. I'm trying to make myself laugh. Because again, I feel like absolute ass right now. Like, I feel terrible. Fuck. And for anybody who makes the comment about the vape, I swear to God, I will send the specter of Chesty Puller after your ass. Because it's not the vape's fault that I feel like crap right now. Tuesday, it snowed, and it snowed like bad. It was actually a pretty ridiculous winter storm. And the very next day, it was still cold enough that everything was still solid. But by Thursday, it warmed up to the point, and Thursday is when I started feeling like crap. It warmed up to the point where literally almost all the snow was melted in our parking lot at the hospital before the end of Thursday. And then when I was like, The pile was maybe like a foot, maybe 2 feet tall in some spots when I went to when I was up at the hospital yesterday. It basically all the snow melted from that storm, and mind you, we easily got 10, probably about 10, I'd say 10 to 12 inches of snow that day, all total. And the piles that were in our parking lot were easily, I'd say about 8 feet tall, give or take. Yeah, they were. It was not a good time. Not a good time at all. All right, so all of our other battleships are commissioned. Yeah, we'll build those for you. We do, or we might have the space. No, we do not. To queue up 2 battleships at once. But we do have some... Okay, so we have a couple heavy cruisers finishing up here in a couple months, and then we'll start the construction on our semi-dreadnoughts. Who are the Americans fighting? Are they fighting the Spanish? They're fighting the Spanish. The Spanish, they have their quintessential cruiser fleet. Nothing major at this point in time. They're going to be a very easy war for us. Because, and for those who don't know how the Spanish operate, so the Spanish will very rarely, if they have 10% or higher GDP growth per year at the start, which it can happen, mind you, it can happen. I have play tested, just reloading the start of the game over and over and over again until I got it. I think the highest I've gotten is 10.5 per year so far. So it does exist. And we just got the 8-inch guns for battleships. Cool. So it does in fact exist, but it very rarely happens. Like if we were to look real quick, let's go ahead and put these in. Let's start with Le Havre. Oh, these are still on sea control. Holy shit. I wonder how much money we just lost on that. But yeah, real quick, let's actually look at it real quick. I'll be able to kind of give, so they're sitting at oh, wow. So they're actually, their GDP is probably around the 10 mark here, because only losing 1.0, they're probably sitting around like the 8, maybe 8.5 mark generally. I don't remember the exact calculation, but that tells me that they're around the 8% mark, which is actually pretty good. Like, that's actually higher than what the U.S., or almost as high as the U.S., I should say. Let's actually do a GDP check. So we're sitting at 40.5 billion. The Germany is sitting at 54.1 billion. The United States is sitting at 44.4 billion. The Italians are sitting at 40.3 billion. Spanish at 21.2 billion. Japan at 21.2. Yeah, so the Spanish... okay, maybe they're closer to 7%, because given the... Well, maybe not, like, because depending on how long they've been at war. But yeah, this shows you, like, the priorities, because, like, the Japanese, like, they're literally like, oh, hey, we're going to have a pack of battleships and shit, and the Spanish are just not building battleships at all. Russia sitting at 37.7 billion, China at 33.1 billion, which is kind of hilarious that they're sitting at only 33.1 billion. I'll get into that here in a second. And then Austria-Hungary at 31.4 billion, and then Britain at 92.8 billion. We're actually, so growth rates, it's Austria-Hungary, Italy, Germany, and me. Holy shit! I actually have the highest growth rate out of the entire world. Holy fuck! That fucks. Like, let's go. Holy shit! I did not realize we had the highest growth rate. That's kind of cool. Um, Mind you, when I go to start these series, I only reload the start. Just so you guys are aware, I only reload the start when I'm playtesting. When I do these series, I literally come in, and what I get is what I get for these series. So if I come in and like France has like a 5% growth rate, that's what I'm playing with. Like I force the legendary. I force it. I'm like, nah, like I'm gonna be playing on the hardest difficulty. I'm gonna force myself to be on the hardest difficulty. And I kind of wish the difficulty really just didn't give an economic bonus to the AI. I wish that it kind of like did some other things, just to make it a little more difficult. Because I think the game is kind of too easy at times. Research wise, okay, we're about to finish this. Cool. So we'll be able to jump into cruisers. But we got a bunch of ships that we're building for other countries. You know, we've got our newer semi-dreadnoughts. I'm gonna refer to them as semi-dreadnoughts. One piece, prepare for war. I'm gonna take, because I do need to raise my shit a little bit. I'm gonna take that. I don't feel like just doing anything there. Because I do need to raise this. Like, I really, really do. Like, 4.4 is not a good number. Like, even with my economy growing the way it is, 4.4 is not a good number to be around. You want to be around the 5.5 range at minimum. And then as you get into the later game, like getting like 8.5 is around where you want to be. The closer to 10% you can get, the better. But you also need to balance it with, you know, not completely fucking your GDP growth. The Russians have taken Oman. The British are not happy. For those who don't know, the majority, and I mean the majority of the opium that made its way onto the world market came out of what is now known as Pakistan and Oman through the British. And then, of course, the trade with the Persians, because the Persians produced opium a lot, too. Now, mind you, this is back in the day when opium was actually properly used for what it was, but since opium is highly addictive, you know, problems did ensue because, well, yeah, people would get fucking hooked on shit. Trust me, as a bail bondsman, I saw my fair share of fucking dopers. Oh my god. Some of them were scary too. Like they literally had no they had no concept of like right and wrong in order to figure out, like, hey brother, there's a reason why you're in jail. Like you decided to steal $10,000 from your mom. And mind you, real situation in that regard. Like, I'm using a real example there. The guy literally stole $10,000 from his mom and got arrested for grand larceny. All right, so getting prepared, getting set up. We're rebuilding the merchant marine. We're almost to proper dreadnoughts. We are going to build 2 more of these just to kind of act as, you know, I just like the hull design. Like, I really do. Like, honestly, I like building these hulls just because I like them. And I actually think our dreadnought, given that this hull is referred to as the experimental battleship, I think this is technically a dreadnought hull. Or that our dreadnought hull is going to look almost exactly like this. So it's going to be kind of cool to see. It really sucks that we can't get large barbettes on this thing, so we could have 4 batteries on it. It'd be really cool. Hey, Game Labs, you should make a change to this hull. Like, keep it slow at 19, But give us that barbette, bud. Come on. Give us that that B battery. That'd be really nice. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here. And again, I do apologize, but there will not be an upload on Wednesday for the French campaign. But make sure that you hit up the Tuesday upload for the American campaign, and then also keep your eyes out for the Ultimate General American Revolution video. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.